Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. Excuse Jovina, she's vacuuming in the bedroom. I had to close the door. I tried to upload a video the other day and it didn't. Actually, I tried to create a video using YouTube software like I'm doing right now and it fucked up. We've been getting some rain out here. And also there's been some trouble with the internet in my area. Someone came around to the door and I thought they were selling something, but they really were just asking about, are you having trouble with your internet? And I yelled out from the office, no, we'll not buy anything. I thought they were selling something. My bad. I tried to share something with you fellas, which I'll have to go back to my website and pick up again. So I'm gonna start all over with that, what I wanted to share. Let's see, from my days on Pimp. Okay. I was stating that you want to get comments like this from women. Damn it, Chris, I can't stop thinking of you. I can't stop craving you. What have you done to me? This was written 4/14/2005, 10 o'clock and 54 seconds p.m. I can't stop thinking about you. I can't stop craving you. Next woman, Chris. This is the first time we had sex. Being with you today made me feel so many things. Revived, recharged, rejuvenated, refreshed, fulfilled, content, adored, loved, desired, obsessed, surrendered, consumed. Second time I heard that one in my life. Passion. Passion, as I said in today's podcast show for my site that's going up on Monday, it's something that's dying out. I realize a lot of you guys are left brain and passion is something strange, and like empathy is, you can't empathize, but it seems to be dying out on the planet. I feel so full of you. Now listen carefully. You are inside of me, in my mind. Everything that I put out, I've given you all the tools to accomplish what I've accomplished. You have all the tools. You have how to make a woman come. That teaches you how to make a woman have the most ultimate orgasms of her entire life. I put out my female mind fucking. It's called what it is, mind fucking, which I did everything on this girl, okay, with this woman. In my mind, now listen carefully, heart, body, my soul. My soul. Even as I write this, when I'm with you, a supernatural thing happens to me that I can't explain. Of course you can't. She don't know what I was doing to her. That was my voodoo. I know that I could literally die in your arms and would not even care. That's how powerful this is. Are you having that effect on your women? Again, are you having that effect on your women? I lose my mind to you. Actually, I give it to you. Women submitting, a natural woman submitting, along with everything in me. I completely surrender to you as I have never been able to do ever in my life. You've got to become like a force of nature. You guys are running around theorizing about shit and debating shit. You're not out there doing the shit. You're out there living the life. You're not out there growing your power in life and in the game. You're inside my head. I love and crave what I feel when we are in each other's presence. She said presence. It's actually presence. Almost to the point that I'm afraid I can't live without it. One hit. I used to warn girls. One hit, you're going to be hooked. I actually have emails where I'm actually warning them. How are you guys? I'm serious. How are you? Now I'm sounding like a crazy person. I've always been the one in control, but with you, I am surrendered. I want so badly to give in to you, yet I'm afraid. I want to run, but I can't. Fear. One of my ex-girlfriends said being with you is like being on the edge of a cliff. Her husband, she said he was like a bowl of warm milk. Which do you want to be? The bowl of warm milk or the dude that makes her feel like she's on the edge of a cliff and she wants to jump off? I can still breathe your air right now. I can still feel you in me. Again, have your women wrote to you like this? I can show you again and again and again evidence. And it goes on. This is back in the Tanya days. At the end, she goes, are you going to continue to let Tanya keep you from me? What kind of effect are you having in your life? Do people even know you're alive? Have you reached your power yet? Silverblade. 5. Supreme is the most realist dating coach ever. Follow everything he says if you want to be successful with women. Work out, no hoe chasing, no mix and match stuff with PUA garbage, etc. Thank you, Silverblade. Ace. Something wrong with the video. Yeah, that video got fucked up, Ace. That's why I want to redo it. Carlos Otero. I see bootlegging movie. LOL, my brother. Solar movies. Yeah, you saw the solar movie link. Nathan Miller. I noticed myself that you get into a flow once one girl comes around. Yes, you do. You don't need to be having sex for it to happen. Once again, one girl in your life is showing interest in you. There's always another girl at the same time. It's better when you're having sex because the energy of the flow becomes stronger. Remember, sex is the way that same energy procreates itself. That's what it's used for. Yes, it's the energy of life. Life wants to expand, okay? So us heterosexuals, we are about expanding life. Homosexuals are not about expanding life. They detract life or they contract life. They don't produce. And for everything, it's got to be the opposite. So don't start hating on homos because they're the opposite of us breeders, of us people who are for the flow of life. Frank Rubin. I have a couple of business ideas using my drawing skills. Good. Obviously, teaching others to draw, that's a good one. Going to the Dungeons and Dragons player mark and offering to do illustrations of their characters, that's another good one. Creative consultant, going to the music scene and doing flyers, artwork for bands. And designing outfits and looks that suit their genre and market and will make them stand out. Custom t-shirt design business, that's a great one. And you're on it, the right idea there, brother. Because you like to draw, you're an artist. And a custom t-shirt, yeah. How about a t-shirt of the people's face? And there's always work on Fiverr, FIBERR.com. Post up, they do whatever for $5. Get you extra dough throughout the week. He also, Franklin also says, holding on to anger in the past are weaknesses. Weaknesses are to be shed, not clung to. This is the way of men. Yeah, unfortunately, I had to ban GHH for a little while. GHH, hopefully you'll learn to not do evil things. I call it evil when you just come in just being all evil and negative. Recognize that you were doing evil things, okay? You've got to learn to accept that and man up. I've been trying to teach you how to be a better man since you showed up. You realize I wasn't a bad guy after all. But I can only take so much, okay? I have to protect the people who are actually trying. I don't have the time to baby you. Okay. All right. So I don't have time to baby you and coddle you and bring you forward. especially since this is my last year, and I'm serious about that. I'm now growing myself in another niche, in my own niche, fitness. Back when I had the option of doing both, I chose this niche. I wish I'd actually chosen the other one and just put this one minor, part-time. This is before all the Roy people got on YouTube. I had videos that were on page 1 in the fitness niche back then. The Brazilian butt lift workout, I was on page 1 for that. And I didn't pay any attention. They didn't utilize it when I should have. Now the fitness industry is just, whoa. I was on Facebook, saw, can't even recall the name of the place, but it was bomb ass. They have some kind of warehouse thing to do, like a boot camp with weights and people doing different stuff in there. It's one of those places where they sell the energy drink. They do the exercise a lot as part of it, I believe. Well, they turned it into something real. That idea took off, and now they got a gym for the people do that kind of stuff. DJ playing, some untrained people leading people through, group exercise. It cost $97 a month, and the room was crowded. Crowded. If there were 100 people in there, think how much they're making each month. That's pretty good for a gym. And I wish my son Donnie had listened to me about building his business. But he's now focused on becoming a principal. He's also a school teacher. Got his certification, his master's degree. Nathan Miller, I don't blame you for planning to leave this community for good, Supreme. Thank you for understanding. I hope by the time you leave this market, I won't need channels like yours anymore. I will be able to get out there and live my life. You see, I'm approaching retirement age. And this community, any of you guys that take me in and change my depends? No. Most of you guys wouldn't even donate $5. So I cannot rely on this community to take me into retirement comfortably. So I do have to. I really have to. Okay. I'm 56. I'll be 57 in June. And unfortunately, I took a 15-year hiatus from what I should have been doing to do what I was passionate about. But I'm also passionate about fitness, so I'm still passionate about it. GHH. The problem is that because I gained weight, you don't feel like a trainer when you gain weight. And that shows what mind state I was in. Today is the day my father died. Or actually, yesterday was the day my father died. Today would have been my little brother's 53rd birthday. So two powerful events right next to each other. My father died on May 6th, and today would have been my little brother Junior's 53rd birthday. And after he had passed, I never had death in my family. My dad's father died. I didn't know the man. My grandfather died. That made me sad. My grandmother passed. That made me sad also, but not somebody I grew up with. I just relayed on my Facebook account what today is. And I told a story of how we were, we fought as kids, we had ups and downs. South Dakota, I was beating my little brother up, and that's what big brothers do. You pound your little brothers. If they get smart with you, you hit them. That's what we did. So he had a butcher knife, and I saw that and ran like a chicken. It was a good thing too, because we were upstairs. The stairs went down, and then it turned the corner. I turned the corner, and I heard a thunk. The knife was stuck in the wall that he threw. So I went back upstairs, pulled the knife out of the wall, and I beat him up some more. But it was fun stuff like that I recall. And then we hit puberty together, and then the fights began for real. My older brother, he got locked up in a boys' camp. Sexual deviance. He walked into 7 with his dick hanging out, and he's endowed. So he was gone, came back. When he left, he was the dominant alpha male of the boys. He came back, we fought once, and I was the new alpha male. Then my little brother Junior kept getting taller and taller to 6'8". So we had a lot of battles there. You know, broke my parents' wall. I went to kick him, he caught my foot and pushed me against the wall. I grabbed his head and rammed it through the window. And I was like, when I go into fight mode, I don't care who it is. I was trying to cut his throat with the glass. But I love my brother. It seemed like it, but we love each other. It's that testosterone, man. I felt sorry for my parents. When he became an adult, as I tell a little bit more about him, I was angry at him because he was weak. He showed weakness. He showed kindness. He would talk to bums in the street. You know, they asked for change. He'd give them change if he had it. He asked me for change. Say, why can't you be happy the way that things are, motherfucker? Problem with you bums. You always want some change. Be happy the way you are. You know, to deflect. Look at him, put my boot in your eye. That was me. So he would talk to him. Him and my father, they had big hearts. And I was in between my father and my heartless mother. Actually, some of the women said I was heartless. In fact, a lot of women say I was heartless. But whatever. I actually do have a good heart. That's why I'm here. Unfortunately, some people that want to troll, usually it's white supremacist types. They don't want to troll me. GHH, it's not my fault, I'm negative. Yes, it is your fault. And when it's summertime, I see couples all happy in lovely weather. You begin to sound like Elliot Rodger. Be careful of that. Okay? It'll eat you up and drive you crazy, and you'll go do something stupid like he did. Life is so unfair. But you got a woman that treats you like shit, but you got a woman. You pay her, she doesn't give you anything, but you get to say, I got a woman. It's more than a lot of other males have, though. I am a life is so unfair. I am a by myself when I deserve happiness more than them. No, you don't. That's where you're wrong. Like Elliot Rodger, you don't deserve anything because you created the life that you're living, just as he did. Those people that are couples, they deserve it because that man had the courage to go over and talk to the girl. Okay, he kept trying until he met one that would like him. You won't even do that. I am a nice guy. You haven't sound like one. I deserve it more. I even feed homeless people. God doesn't care. Yes, he does. He cares about the universe. Yeah, he doesn't care about I don't believe God cares about every individual on the earth. He put us here to, as he said, to grow and multiply, and I'm quoting the Bible, like the cattle of the field. Now you have the Quran. The Quran, I don't know what it says in there. Never read it. Never will. It's just not my thing. In fact, organized religion is not my thing. I'm not one of the sheep. It's easy to tell me to be happy. No, you got to create happiness. When you're unhappy inside, what you got to recognize, when you're unhappy inside, you're going to make the world outside of you unhappy. But you do it to yourself. What you got to recognize is that you're doing this to yourself and take responsibility for where you are in life. You don't take responsibility at all. You're like a child in that area. You refuse to take responsibility like a man. A man takes responsibility. Why do you compare me to Key Polly? Who's Key Polly? Oh, that's Raccoon Guy. He's negative also. Greg Murray, I fuck your American slut. See, that's one thing I don't like about some of the Arabic community that come over here. Go to our schools and then talk shit about the country. That's what I noticed when I was younger, back in my 30s. And I didn't like that. Hell, America shits on black people. They disenfranchised us, fed us the bullshit history, threw the Bible at us, and now most blacks are religious freaks. They ordered us to read that book, which isn't even the real Bible, because they sat there and theorized what they wanted in that damn Bible. And I was just reading some history, how they did it, what books put in. Now, this is how stupid they were. They left for the evening, and they said, when we come back in the morning, the books that are on the floor are the ones we'll use. Now, do you not think someone went and snuck in there and put certain books on the floor? Now, they've been debating about it, which ones to use. The other ones were called apocryphal. If they didn't lead you to become a sheep, then they were called apocryphal. You expect me to bow to that? Then they also Europeanized Jesus. Jesus looked more like Bin Laden than he does the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. What's amazing is people instinctively know this, but they still go along with it. Wow. So there's no fucking American sluts. You think all American women are sluts because they don't cover themselves up? I disagree with that, you know? Barry Wayne, thanks for the follow-up, Supreme. Yes, I keep the shades on here, no laser vision, even when hoe chasing. I kept my fox tail tucked at all times because you know how us black sheep stand out. I think I've read this one. That's probably on the show that bombed out. I kept doing this. I kept reading. I didn't know it bombed out. So fuck. I should have actually deleted what was there. By the way, I was led to a path error web page when I tried to pay for you're probably on a cell phone. Just try it again. Yeah, he says he'll try it tomorrow. And then he asked about the book Black Players. As I pointed out, it was 2000. I saw, or 2001, I saw the documentary American Pimps, and I wanted to become a pimp. When you have an intention, doors open up for you. I happened to go to Old Sac. I met this Latin chick with a big old butt, pretty face. Anyway, as a child, she had been into that. In fact, her uncles had her jumping in and out of limousines in Hollywood at 13 years of age. So she'd been sexualized at a very early age. Her cousin was licking her. This stuff I got out of her. And she worked at a company to where she masterminded, she seduced the vice president, and she masterminded going out on leave. She was one of the smartest women I've ever met. I played this online game where you give them certain letters, you create as many words you can. She's the only person that really could beat me at it. Anyway, I started looking at the pimp thing I got on Pimps Network, and she was out on medical from her company, and she called me up and said, "I choose you as my pimp." She had went down to LA and attracted a LA pimp, and he walked around and bought her stuff that she wanted. She was actually having him buy stuff for me, and this book is the book that she got him to buy for me, called Pimpnosis. And unfortunately, I never read the book. I looked at a few of the pictures. It shows some of the black pimps of the day. But look at this old motherfucker. Okay. Does he look handsome and tall? That's old school pimping. The photos in here are really good. Back then, you had to have the Jesus hair. But nowadays, you can pimp with a bald head. There's an 18-year-old kid here in Sacramento. He's pimping. Reason why I know this is because one of my clients, her boyfriend's adopted daughter, she's half black, half white. She doesn't even know what she was. I explained it to her. That's her boyfriend. And he's pimping girls at 18. He's also pimping transsexuals. Long time ago, that subject was approached on the Pimps Network. I thought it was strange that all they really want is love. Is he handsome and tall, light-skinned? Does he look better than you? And look how he's dressed. Women bought that for him. Is he handsome and tall? Hell, brother's wearing glasses. Is he handsome and tall, light-skinned, European-looking, mixed brother? No. It's pure blackness right there. Well, nobody in the States is pure, but you know what I'm saying. This brother, he's standing. Is he tall? He's barely taller than his girl. I've actually never really seen these photos. I looked at a few of them and I put the book away. Yeah. I believe it was the other day I pointed out, that's a bitch trying to be a pimp. A female can't pimp. Because she could get knocked upside the head and put on the streets. Kenny's bitch. Tattooed right on her chest and her nipple. I'm going to show that. So I don't want somebody reporting me. Another reason I just got to get out of this community. It's can't do shit. Well, yeah, Bishop Don Juan when he was younger. My older brother did that to his hair when he was in high school. He processed it like it did in the 60s and before. And oh, I think that's Gorgeous Dre right there. Sipping on a drink like he's a little kid. With a straw. Hey, brother's pimping. So, fuck. She's not even wearing any clothes. Some kind of rope string outfit. See her butt cheeks and thong. These are great photos, though. These motherfuckers sure know how to lay a hat and dress. Because the clothes are what attract the attention of women. As I try to teach you guys. We're doing our spring cleaning in the garage, and I found that book out there. Also found my book that I didn't get a chance to read, Black Genesis. The Prehistoric Origins of Ancient Egypt. Going back to the original days when Egypt was black. Before the Europeans moved in and all that stuff. Now we have Arabs there who are claiming to be the original Egyptians. And if you go to the back of the antiquities, have someone black take you back there, you'll see the original statues. And they've been working on changing, the repainting and stuff. Because if the world knew that Egypt was black, white people would not go there. They would lose their money like overnight. So that as long as white folks have the false belief, even though they know it's on some level it's not true, they'll still go pay all that money to keep supporting Egypt. Without the pyramids, Egypt would be broke as fuck. Let's see. Super Saiyan Paul just read Black Players. It's official game Bible. That shit is going to change your life. It's also over $100. Barry Wayne, Player Supreme. I'm joining your forum soon, and I've got a burning question for. Okay, I've done that. All right, we've caught up. I've caught up with the mail. Check spam. Interesting. For some reason, hey, it's a black guy. Your question went to the spam folder. You must have posted a link in there or something. No, I don't get why. I've been answering your question. He goes, I wonder if you're familiar with Fred Williamson and Jim Brown. Just seeing a documentary called Unsung Hollywood. Fred Williamson, and the stories he told about him, having a bunch of women, having sex with white women, and football. Yeah, he was known for fucking a lot of white women. Rumor was, I think it was Jim Brown who was actually fucking. There were two sisters, blondes, in Hollywood, Stella Stevens and her sister. I think he fucked Stella Stevens on the set. Then his black guy comes back to tell me that there's a book out with Fred Williams' commentary on Halle Berry having sex. Wasn't sex, but fucking Billy Bob Thornton in Monsters Ball. He literally had sex with her. Those scenes weren't fake, by the way. What pisses me off about Halle Berry, it's not about Halle Berry so much as about how Hollywood perceives interracial affairs. Do you know that interracial relationships with black men and white women is only 3%? But you would think it was higher than that. If white men didn't want it, we wouldn't be doing it. Okay? So there's got to be a reason why that they're allowing us to fuck their women. Even today. If they didn't want it, it wouldn't be happening. So there's got to be a reason. And think about what the reason is. No offense to my Caucasian viewers, your people are dying. You're at 8% population right now. 100 years ago, you're at 35% of the population. That means more people are dying than are being born. And in a couple hundred years, you're going to almost be gone. With black genetics being the dominant genetics on the planet, when you mate black and white, you get another black person. Even though they don't, because of the way blacks are treated, they don't want to be called black, but they're still black and the cops stop them. There was a mixed. The one drop rule, according to white folks. White folks would never accept a mixed brother as one of them. Sorry, mixed brothers. They would never accept you. You would never be one of them or in their club, their exclusive club. Hollywood is still insecure about black men who are seen as masculine, having sex or fucking an A-list white actress. Yeah. They can show gay men having sex with each other. Yep. There was a show that I just watched. And I wanted to talk about that show. It's a new one. I can't recall what it was. But I saw in the show, well, I think I did talk about it, how they made the black guy being portrayed as being weak, small stature, and he was cuckolded by a white guy. In reality, the guys who are cuckolding are, for some reason, there's some kind of European thing where they want to see their wives get fucked by black dudes. I've been approached for that back in the early 2000s when I was at this one club. And I was actually approached for that at a super rich white club. And if you live in Sacramento, you know, remember Mace's, which was the super rich white area. They'd have a band every Thursday night. That's where I met the doctor, female. I was approached by this. There was a woman that used to watch me dance. And I would go there with my boy Craig. We would double team white chicks. And Craig's 6'3" white guy. You know, I'd get up, he'd get up behind him, whereas I'd work at the front and stuff like that. It was put on a show for him. There was a fellow named Buzz Oates. Look him up. He's famous in Sacramento. I think he's dead now, but he'd bring his women there. And they sit there and watch us, you know, do our thing. And his group approached me, but also this woman, I'd dance with girls and look at her while I'm rolling my body from the side. And I knew she wanted it. She said to me, my husband would want you to come over. He actually showed up when she said that. He was in the background, hoping she could talk me into it. Mm-mm. Not my kind of scene. In fact, it's just fucking nasty. I'm not gonna, what I thought of myself back then, and you heard my words, what I read earlier, having sex with me was a gift. And I'm not gonna waste that gift on just anybody. Do you think that way? How many of you guys know that having sex with you is a gift? See, I studied sex. I started in high school. Remember I told you about that book, Him? Don't ask me where to get it. People keep, every time I hate to bring the book up, someone was going to write me, hey, where's that book at? I can't even find it on the internet. Tons of actual nerds have tried to find the book. All I remember was the black book. It was called Him. There was another one called Her. It taught you about your own sex, your own sexuality. There were exercises I used in my How to Make a Woman Come product, give you more longevity in the bedroom. Okay? That's where I got those from. I don't know where the book is. But I read books like The 3-Hour Orgasm, stuff like that. I learned about the clit. So when I got my first girlfriend, who became my ex-wife, that's what I worked, was the woman's clit. Some women can't have clitoral orgasms. And I run into those kind of women every once in a while. So I had to learn other stuff. But it was like a game killer because I was used to the clit. With the clit, I could control that female sexuality. And the difference was that women that masturbated, they're the ones who had larger clits. Now, one girl I knew, she actually got a shot in hers. And she became a sex freak after that because it made it larger. Whoa. But anyways, that's what I use to control women in the bedroom to have an effect. And also I learned to use my words. Some women are so Catholicized. Huh? You know I'm looking at you. That they don't masturbate. I think they've had the fear of God punishing them or some shit. It seems to be the Portuguese women that are over Catholicized, to be honest with you fellas. Every full-blooded Portuguese. Actually, there was one that wasn't. No, she was. She was also. So, when they have a full clitoris, that's easy to bring them to orgasm. Just fucking easy. And it makes sex fun. Then you get to have fun. You don't have to struggle. There's nothing worse than struggling to get a girl off. You know, it just takes the fun out of it. But when they can have guts with ease and they've got a larger clit, which is really a dick, by the way. At one point when the fetus is growing, you know, it became a female because that part didn't grow. And then, of course, the opening occurred, and that's where our ball sack is, where the opening would be. And at one point, you couldn't tell us apart, male or female, when you're in the fetus, in the womb, rather words. So that's their dick, okay? And that little dick gives them all types of pleasure and all kinds of nuts when you learn to finger it the right way, find the right stroke. Fast or slow. I ran to girls that like it slow. I ran to girls like this very barely touched. And you always got to make sure, take the pussy juice. What, you know, once you got your dick in there, take the pussy juice, scoop it up with your finger, and then just stroke a little bit. If you don't have lube. I always kept lube around, so I was put a little on it. Okay? That will help her get to an orgasm because they're used to that. It makes the orgasm that much more intense when the clit's involved. And then if you back your dick up, this is where you don't need a big dick, and then hit it against the G spot. That will give them a mind-blowing orgasm. If you can get the words, then you start getting the words I've gotten. It's a shame you guys didn't take advantage of all this knowledge I had to ask me questions while I was around. That's really too bad. But now I've got to do work. But the good thing is you get to watch me build a business. I'm releasing my first product in a few days. I'm going slow. I'm also perfecting everything, not half-assed doing shit. I'm releasing a product for Black women to build their buns because they're obsessed with buns. Where suddenly white women are getting butts. And some of them are butt implants, but those can be costly and very dangerous. I know what 4 exercises that they can do at home to build their butt muscle. And that's the first product that I'm going to release. Putting my training, my 30 years, it'll be 30 years in November. It's too bad I'm not keeping my gym open until November. But it'll be 30 years of personal training in November. That's a long fucking time. And I started in this as a nerd. I read every fucking book out there. I studied. That's how I created my own style of training, what I call mini circuits. So that's coming out in a few days. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make any more products in this community. I was gonna finish my book on how to control women, but my mind is in another area now. I'm really focused because I have to survive. It's a survival thing. So I hope you guys understand. All right, fellas. Peace.